Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Tuxedo Shop Tux Renter.
Mr. Tuxedo Shop Tux Renter.
When the evening calls for 5 groomsmen in identical robin's egg blue double-breasteds, you are there.
It's your wedding day.
Last night, little Jason Weinstein had the slow dance of his life in the exact same pants I'm now wearing.
Lucky Jason Weinstein.
Any schmo can wear a suit, but only a gentleman can pull off a canary yellow set of tails with a matching top hat.
You're a star.
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, Titan of the Tux, because a classy event always calls for rented clothes.
Mr. Tuxedo Shop Tux Renter.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, Fort Collins, Colorado. Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Used Car Lot Auto Salesman.
Mr. Used Car Lot Auto Salesman.
Slick back hair, a sharkskin suit, alligator boots. You cultivate a look that oozes, trust me.
I think that I can trust you.
You stand behind every car you sell, because if you stood in front and the brakes failed, you'd be crushed.
You better watch out now.
Oil leak? What oil leak? That puddle under the car is just sweat from all that horsepower.
Let the horses out now.
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, Mr. Peddler of the sheet metal, because when life hands you lemons, you sell them.
Mr. Used Car Lot Auto Salesman.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, Fort Collins, Colorado. Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Way Too Proud of Texas Guy.
Mr. Way Too Proud of Texas Guy.
Men from lesser states may know their state's capital, but you know your state's bird, tree, and even reptile.
Love that horny toad.
You display your pride with your Lone Star tattoo, native Texan bumper sticker, and contempt for any state that doesn't start with Tex and end with is.
That spells Texas.
Sure, there are 49 other states in the Union, but they're smaller, wussier, and the people talk funny.
Yankee wussies.
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, oh lover of the Lone Star State, because all that flag waving must have made you mighty thirsty.
Mr. Way Too Proud of Texas
Bud Light Beer,
Guy.
Anheuser-Busch, Houston, Texas. Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Wedding Band Guitar Player.
Mr. Wedding Man Guitar Player.
Any guitar player can rock a packed stadium, but it takes real talent to keep the Wyszynski reception going all night long.
Mazel tov.
Perched on the stage in your undersized tuxedo, you tirelessly churn out tunes from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Keep on rocking.
Sound check? You don't need no stinking sound check.
No.
And even though you've never had groupies, you have bagged the occasional bridesmaid.
Never forget you.
So crack open an ice-cold Bud Light, guitar guy, because every wedding you go to, you're the real best man.
Mr. Wedding Man Guitar Player.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.